What is up, Lowheat sneakerheads? I have another pair of shoes to unbox. Can you believe that? We live in a world where people watch other people unbox things. That's nutty to me. Uh, I'm not putting you down for it. I do it too. I watch these videos, so I'm with you. It's just kind of weird to me, right? That this is something that's a part of our culture now. But yes, I have some Lowheat here, and this is definitely Lowheat. I appreciate you watching. I'm very interested in these. I'm curious to see what you guys think because this is, yeah, definitely not high heat. Definitely not high heat, and I appreciate all you guys who watch, and girls, and everyone in between who watches my videos, this channel, because most of us, we don't get lucky when sneakers shock drops the off-white Air Force One lemonades, and we can't afford the resale price on them either. So most of us are relegated to sneakers like this, and that's okay. You rock what you like, and it's a little bit crazy to pay anything too high of a price for shoes. All right, enough preamble. Please subscribe. Appreciate it if you did. I got these. This is not like my typical unboxing. I hit on a Kith raffle. Kith, I have some pretty good luck with the Lowheat at Kith. So I picked these up this morning. I haven't looked at them. I barely looked at the box, hence why kind of the little ramp up here. I have not absorbed these at all. I've just seen some pictures online, and that's it. So let's the grand bag unveiling. Shout out to Kith for the W. Again, have had some luck with Lowheat from them. Nothing really big. Nothing, no real high heat from them. I hit on some like Fearless Jordan 1s, the patent leather joints with the red and the blue and the white, but that's probably the biggest hit from them. All right, let's take in this box here, because this has some fancy packaging, different than your normal sneaker box. This is some high quality packaging here. They put a little extra money in it. You got your, what's interesting here is you got that, the pull hole with a, what is that? Like a busted condom. Anyway, you have this, this hole here that I usually thought was for pulling them out of the slide drawer box types. That's what I thought. Children, avert your eyes. But that's what I thought this was for, to pull them out of the full case, the full enclosure ones. But I guess it is just, air hole for small animals. I don't know. Someone let me know what that is for. So you can see inside, but you can barely see inside. Air circulation? Anyways, let's move on. Enough about this weird hole and why they like covered it like a LCD monitor. It's like protecting the shine on this eyelet. I'm so intrigued. All right, we have the Nike Dunk High 1985 SP special, maybe special edition, in lemon drop and black Saturn gold. In my size, 11.5. These aren't SBs, so I go true to size. These are just normal dunks. And these retailed for $130. $130 is the new standard price for basically collaboration dunks. Any collaboration dunks get a $130 price tag, and then this is not a collaboration, but definitely premium packaging, and we'll see, I think, premium materials. So that is the price tag nowadays for collaborations and premium drops, because more goes into them. Obviously the packaging. Let's take a look at the packaging really quick. Kind of got this 1985's design vibe with the colors sort of like billiard balls. Nike Sportswear, high quality. Even says there, high quality. Dunk 1985, Beaverton, Oregon. You got the different Nike logo there. It kind of got this like Polaroid logo vibes. Has the address right there for Nike's headquarters, 1985 all over. And this is when, if you didn't know, 1985 is when the Dunk made its debut. And here's all the various Nike brandings. 1985 is when the Dunk made its debut. Shortly after, if you didn't know, it was A, designed by Peter Moore, the designer of the Air Jordan 1, and then B, it came out just slightly after the Air Jordan 1, and it came out in the Be True to Your School colors to begin with. 12 collegiate schools that had deals with Nike, and these were the team shoes. Here, I'll show these really quick. We'll compare these in a minute, but Kentucky was one of those schools, and here's a retro from earlier in the year. Did an unboxing video of those. Check those out. So yeah, and so anyone who says like Dunk highs suck, are trash, and then at the same time wears and likes Jordan 1s are, I'm sorry, they're idiots. Because it's basically the same shoe designed by the same person. So if you're one of those people, please do not put in Instagram comments on Complex and Hypebeast and Highest Snobiety that Dunk highs are trash. If you're wearing Jordan 1s and you say you like Jordan 1s, please don't do that. That's a cool box top gradient. If you're still sticking around and haven't skipped forward, I commend you, applaud you, and appreciate you, because I just did, what was this, 6 minutes, and I haven't even showed you the shoes. So let me know in the comments if you watched the full first 6 minutes, 6.5 minutes. That's dope. You are a gold tier viewer. Look at this. Even the paper matches the box. That's cool. I appreciate premium packaging because I keep my boxes and I kind of display them. Ooh, okay. Ow! Look at these. Let's just take a second, absorb, take it in. Really take this in. All right, I'm gonna let you look at that while I give this other one a sniff. Has that Jordan High Dunk smell, or Jordan High smell. It's like glue and rubber. Same smell. So there's an indentation right on the toe there, right away on this pair. Don't love that, but I hope that comes out. Don't love that. So, first things first, the look of these. The very first thing, the shape of these is the original 1985 shape. So you have this rounded back heel. I'll compare it to those Kentucky retros in a second here. But this is the original shape, and this isn't the first time Nike's done this. They just did this recently. I did a little research before the video, and they did this with the Undercover UBA collab that dropped before these this summer. Those weren't super popular, and following trend, these are not super hyped either. But they have the same shape. They went back to the 1985 shape, which makes sense if they're going to make a big deal out of this being a retro, and you have this vintage coloring to it. And you're shouting out the year, you would hope they would do the Dunks in that same original shape, and they do. And you see here the tongue seems to stick out higher. These also tongues back. I gotta compare. I'm wearing a pair of Dunks right now. These are 2003 Baroque brown, mocha brown Dunks that I got from Curated Van. These are pretty sweet, but I guess the tongues are similar. This one does stick up over the top. But you have this leather. Now we'll get more into the details of the shoe. This leather is definitely a thicker cut leather and soft, has this like polish on the outside. You have this acid washed treated color to the leather. It doesn't seem, the thing about it though is if you look really close, see that? They say it's acid washed, but I mean, and that's definitely the pattern, but that's all it is. It's not like actually acid wash treated leather. This was all like, part of the manufacturing or the printing or the painting of this. this wasn't like actually acid washed leather. Definitely looks a little bit like cow print. Not just enough not like it though. It seems to be more cloud-esque, I would say. Yeah, I would go acid wash for sure. Acid wash jeans. But yeah, I wonder if these are all the same print. I gotta imagine every single print is the same that matches that. So it is. And it comes with these black laces and alternate. These laces are definitely, oh no, they're the same. They're a different type of this kind of more fibrous lacing. I don't know if the original 85 Dunks had this type of laces. I would imagine so, and that's why they did them this way. But this definitely more, you can see the weave on these laces. Soft, not nylon-y at all. And they're not, they're kind of similar to these. But you see here on these are tight. These laces are tighter, more tightly woven, thinner strands. And here, while I have this one out, I know I'm jumping around. I apologize. I'm not an expert unboxer yet, so if some of you give me crap, you know, I'm just shooting from the hip here. But there you go. Definitely different in the heel. This has that rounded, accentuated heel that fits your heel more, but obviously cuts into your Achilles. And when I say cuts in, goes in, but this is all, you know, soft padding. It's not like really cutting into your heel, whereas this is more, these retros are more vertical. Modern day retros are more vertical. All right, back to the shoe. We can compare later. And you got this yellow, as they called it, lemon wash for these parts of the shoe. And then your yellowed midsole, pre-yellowed midsole, and a gray outsole. Same pattern and traction as the Jordan 1. The stars on these are really accentuated. There's some extra glue. That doesn't matter. It's going to be stepped on and worn off. I don't mind that stuff as much. But the stars on this are really thick. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, I think that's the way older Dunks and Jordans were. They had the much more thicker stars. So yeah, I like these overall, but I will say I like these more than the red ones. I will say recently they teased and released some imagery of a blue and orange version. I think I like those more. I like those contrasting colors and that color pairing better. So I will say here in this video, if you happen in the future, if you happen to be watching this and you cop a pair of those orange and blue ones in a size 11.5 or 12, and you prefer these black ones over those, I would do a trade with you. Just we'll ship them to each other and trade. Because yeah, check the comments though if you're watching this in the future, because I'll update if the trade happens or if I end up selling these ahead of time. Because yeah, that's down the line now. Real quick, let's take a look at the inside here. So you got this kind of thicker, like almost corduroy type on the inside of the tongue. Same with the collar and the liner. And then you have an array of Nike logos, old school Nike logos on the inside. I'm gonna try the right one on, see how it fits. But yeah, I like these. I prefer, now having seen the blue and orange ones, I prefer that colorway. That's a pretty tight colorway, personally, I think. And I do like these better than the red ones, but we'll see. Yeah, I probably won't go hard for the orange and blue ones, seeing as I have these. But again, if you do cop those in my size 11.5 or 12 and you want to trade, that'd be dope. Oh, that's what I wanted to compare. So these have this pre-aged midsole, yellowed midsole. But look at these. These are from 2003, and you have more of a natural yellowing and discoloration here. which I think is dope. I mean, I can appreciate I love how vintage stuff has come back in, and we're getting more use out of our products, and it's like kind of in vogue to wear older things, which is cool. I'm down with that trend. But as far as this like making things to look old, I don't know. It just to me speaks to how I got these for a great deal from Curated Van, and if this was a collab nowadays, these would sell out, and this would be a $300 shoe. I mean, in better shape, it is a $300 shoe because it's, you know, an older pair of Dunks. But I'm just saying, this looks like a combination of these plus the Bodega Dunks, plus name any other recent collab, and it just looks pre-8. I mean, that's what they do to shoes now. They do this. I just think this looks a little better, the more natural aged. But I don't hate that they're doing this treatment to it. I just think this will happen. You can be a little more subtle. This is going to happen no matter what, you know, after a few years. So let's try these on quick. Kind of like, what do you guys think? I kind of like the cream color laces, but I always like contrasting laces, and that's what these black do right now with the lemon colored tongue. So I think I would leave these in, leave the black laces in. I like that these are off-white though, that, you know, they won't show getting dirty quite as soon. Really like the packaging. Shows what you can do with shoes if you don't have the added cost of a collaboration. So no collaboration, and look how much they put into the box and the materials. It makes me wonder how much Nike makes on these shoes. What's the profit margin? Because, you know, Dunk highs used to be $110. Well, they used to be $120. Then they used to be $110. They used to be $100 onwards on down. I mean, Jordans in 1985 cost $65. So I gotta imagine Dunks in 1985 probably were like what, $60, $55, $50. I mean, obviously there's inflation. And their profit margin, when you factor in, like, if anyone knows the actual true cost of what a shoe for Nike costs to make, to manufacture, you factor in their profit, but, you know, it could be a huge margin, right? Maybe this costs, like, retail it's $130, maybe it costs them, I don't know, $45. That's the unit cost on these. Maybe $50. That's an interesting footnote and something to consider, but at the same time, you have to think of the startup costs, the built-in costs it took for them to, and capital it requires to raise to build a manufacturing site, or if you're not building your own manufacturing line and factory, you are establishing long-term relationships, and a lot of vendors know that Nike is a huge company that it's good to be in business with, so they give them deals. So there's all this stuff. Plus Nike has a huge amount of employees and staff, etc., to keep pumping out new products, keep the machine going. So there's all these costs that Nike has to account for. I'm not giving them I'm not giving them a complete pass. I'm just saying it's easy for people to say, you know how much this shoe costs to make? It costs them nothing. They're making so... I mean, you have to have the knowledge of both sides of the coin to be able to say that. There is a huge infrastructure cost in getting these down to that cheap to make. Huge upfront cost. And again, even if you aren't creating those supply chains, they've had many years in the business, many connections made, brand formed, etc., to get them those deals and those costs down. So, and those rental agreements and contracts. Ooh, these do fit tight. I don't know if you noticed as I was talking about all that, struggling to get these on. This is a thicker padding, and this leather is soft. Very soft, but it's, you know, thicker. And this heel mold is different. So for fit, those of you wondering, definitely can go true to size, but they will be more snug. If you like a looser fit and like them already broken in, I would go half size up. To me, these fit more akin to an SB Dunk High with the padding. So I would not personally go half size down. I would go true to size and they'll be a little bit more snug. Or if you want them looser, more broken in, as I said, go half size up. I'm sure these will break in, you know, with wear, but just initially, my initial thoughts on getting into them. Definitely more snug, fits fits like a glove. So yeah, that's my thought on these. I think these actually look better on foot, right? Let me know in the comments what you think. You like the red? You like these ones, the black and white? Or do you like the new orange and blue ones that are coming out? I think they might be even coming out with more colorways, but these are not going for a ton. The red are going for just a little above retail. These are going for, retail's 130. These are going for, like, in my size, 170, 180. So definitely, if you like these a lot, definitely affordable. They might even come down a little bit. I would wait maybe a week or two. These might come down with more and more people getting these in hand. More delayed releases for stores are happening. The supply might keep going up out there, and demand. These aren't a collaboration, so price on these may drop even a little bit. Then again, you know, all it takes is for, like, you know, a couple stars to really like these and keep wearing them. You know, LeBron to wear them twice, Billie Eilish to wear them once, and Travis Scott to put on a pair. And then all of a sudden, people are buying these up. But I don't think that's going to happen. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. I like these. Let's give these a rating before I sign off here. I think for me, a 7 is a good shoe. Like, I like it. I would not give these an 8. 8 is too high. But I do like the shoe. Definitely on foot. I think they look even better. They go well with these black Nike socks. So let's say that these are not an 8. 8's too high. But I think I wouldn't go lower than a 7 because I do like these. So let's call these just a 7. I give these a 7 out of 10. What's your guys' rating? Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and we'll be back with some more Lowheat very soon. So hit that notification bell if you want to be alerted the next video that drops up. I said drops up. I meant pops up and drops. All right, let me know if you stuck around for the after credits scene here. I noticed a couple things after I shut off the camera. I wanted to make sure I pointed them out to you guys. Some comparisons. I didn't really properly compare this to modern day retros, so I wanted to point out a couple things I noticed. Again, appreciate you if you're still watching. Let me know in the comments if you see this after credit scene. So one thing I noticed is the swoosh on these. It's a larger, more prominent swoosh. You can see the difference between the retro right here of the old Be True to Your Schools. This is the Kentuckys here have a smaller swoosh. This is much bigger. And then also the difference in leathers. This is a premium tumbled thicker cut of leather. This is just, you know, kind of your run-of-the-mill standard, pretty thin, cheap cut of leather right there. And then we already went over the heel differences, but there you can see them in a different angle. And I would say too, the midsoles here, look at the difference in the midsoles. Like this boy's a thick boy. This is a thin boy. Definitely thicker, taller midsole here on these acid washed ones. I did then look at the toes and the stars. Definitely thicker, more prominent stars here than what you can see on the Kentuckys. Even if I hadn't worn these would, like, you know, barely stand out. These are like, you can really feel that there. I'd also say on the outsole, not only is the midsole seem to be thicker, that whole yellow portion compared to the white portion. Maybe it's an optical illusion. I'm comparing right now. Might be an optical illusion. To me, though, I don't know. Look at the cup sole here, at least in the middle, looks not way, but taller. But I would say definitely, no cap, on the outsole at the bottom, the blue part compared to the gray part. The gray is much, okay, I keep exaggerating. It is taller. It is thicker. However you want to say it. However you want to say it, the sole seems bigger on these. And then I was analyzing, like, why are these so hard to get into? Part of it's just the heel cut, right? But part of it's the padding. These are thicker padding. Then these have like almost an SB quality to the padding to them. But part of it is just this ribbed material here, this corduroy-esque cloth. Just, it creates friction as you try to get in and out of the foot. So there's more snug for, like, if you want to avoid slipping, your heel slipping, then that's great, but it definitely prevents easy slide in, easy slide out foot action, because just this ribbing, yeah, I realize all the words that I'm saying, but we're adults here, right? It just makes it harder to get in. There's just more friction. So anyways, last couple of bonus thoughts. Also, the quality control, craftsmanship on these, not great. But I think, they spent all the money on the materials and the packaging. So I already pointed out the dented sole, but there's definitely like some extra glue here. I thought this was a cut, but it's not. It's just more glue, stray glue here. This was a glue splooge accident, this shoe. Just sticky glue everywhere. Anyways, not the biggest deal to me. That stuff rubs off. The toe's kind of annoying. Might just have to shove some stuffing there. That's the most annoying thing. All the glue, that stuff wears off. But, so yeah, final thoughts.